Welcome to An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade. This week is all about Youth Ottawa. Now, this organization holds a special place in my heart, and we're going to meet some incredible people today. Let's kick us off with the one and only Julian Hodge. Julian, how are you?
I am doing absolutely wonderful today.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having me here.
Fantastic. So tell me a little bit about you. What's a little bit of your background?
That's a tough question because it's a little bit chaotic and a little bit complicated, but I would say my biggest aspects of myself are I'm a person that really loves sciences, specifically sports sciences. I'm studying at the University of Ottawa in human kinetics. Aside from that, I do some work with the Child and Youth Permanency Council of Canada, which is an agency that works with various populations from adoption to foster care to kinship care, and I really get to kind of work in the professional world there. And outside of that, I really try to spend my time doing community service work that especially benefits youth and focuses on giving youth opportunities to grow and learn.
Amazing. It sounds like you have maybe 30 hours in a day and everyone else gets 24. It sounds like you do a lot in a day.
I think definitely some systems and strategies have been really helpful over time, and the time management's obviously the thing that we all the eternal struggle of being a person. Yeah. I would say my biggest thing though is just trying to make sure that even if they are long days, it's always things that I enjoy doing, which really helps give me the energy I need to get through it. So.
Good formula there. So let's talk a little bit about Youth Ottawa. For those that may not be familiar with Youth Ottawa, give us kind of a 30-second summary about this organization.
Well, because they've been around for, I believe, 25 plus years now, they do a whole bunch of different stuff, but really their focus is just around giving youth resources, giving youth opportunities to grow, and kind of making a place for empowering youth. They're kind of the voice on behalf of youth to institutions, to the city, to businesses, and because they've been around for a long time, because they're established in the city, it gives them the ability to kind of support youth in ways that other organizations or other programs might not be able to. The biggest things are really, they work with schools and places through things like the arts and through entrepreneurship. They have programs that encourage civic engagement and civic participation, like the Ottawa Youth Council, and it's really all around finding what youth are interested in and then trying to create places, programs, and projects for those youth to explore those interests and grow.
So where did Julian Hodge and Youth Ottawa intersect? How did you get involved?
That's a great question. That's going back a few years. I mean, I think the way I first got to know them is probably like most youth and most people is through their programs. I believe, honestly, the first way I started to get to know them was I learned a bit about what their programs were. I started to see, I became interested in them. And then all of a sudden, I don't know what happened, but in the span of 1 month a few years ago, there was 3 or 4 events that I attended, and I just happened to meet the executive director, Jesse Card, got to know him, got to learn about some of the work that he did. And then this award that they had, he was kind of talking about it happening, and it came to my attention, the 21 Under 21 award. From there, I ended up, there was an application submitted for me to get the award, and I ended up getting the award, and I started to build a relationship with the employees, with the volunteers for Youth Ottawa, and really start to become a more active member in their different programs, especially the Ottawa Youth Council now.
And what did it mean to you to have that kind of recognition, especially at such a young age? Did it open doors for you? Did it give you self-confidence? Where did that sort of take you?
I'd say the biggest thing for me when it came to getting the award was, more than anything, it was showing me that I was kind of working in the right direction. It's not like the entirety of my life was completely flipped on its head. It was more so that it showed me that all the work that I was doing, the hours I was putting in across the various projects that I was working on were actually making a difference. They meant something and they were being noticed. And then on a more practical side, having the award, having that little 21 Under 21 kind of shows that you have put in a lot of work, and it's whether it's on LinkedIn or 4 articles or just kind of in any context, it's just kind of a badge to show that you care about your community, that you are doing things to reflect that caring. It's been helpful when it comes to just kind of building my general resume and both the professional and just general community service context. It's helped me gain networks within the 21 Under 21 network. That's been huge. I know in a few of my projects so far, I've reached out to different alumni, I guess, of the award, and they've helped in a bunch of different ways, from volunteer coordinators to people that have just helped out on the day of the event on events and projects. It's been wide ranging, but really it's just the recognition is appreciated for the work, for sure.
And we're coming up on the next cohort of 21, under 21, and it's the big gala happening in November the 5th, which is going to be a very big night. Will you be there?
I'm planning to, definitely. I will definitely be there. I'm excited for it. It's always really cool to see because every year there's such a different grouping of youth. It's people with different projects, different ideas, different work, different skills, and I'm really excited to see who ends up winning this year and who's part of that group.
So we're going to hear all of those names soon. Those are going to be announced soon. But this opportunity on November the 5th, talk to me about kind of the energy in the room. I've been there as well, so I will say I from an old gal, I know that it's obviously a very, very special night. But from the perspective of someone of your age category, tell me about that night and how special it is.
I mean, really, it's a night of celebrating youth doing things. Like more than anything, it's a night of showing that when youth are given the opportunities, when they're given the supports, they're able to do really cool projects and everything from tech to healthcare to charity to entrepreneurship. And it's highlighting that on a platform that is showing it to business people, politicians, and like all the important faces of Ottawa that would benefit from seeing that. So to me, it's one of the most effective like lobbying tools youth have to really show that there's value in investing in youth. And like to some extent that event and the stories highlighted in the event are the return on investment that you get for really investing in youth. So the vibes are amazing. I really enjoy meeting people, and I think it's just a celebration of what youth are able to accomplish.
What's your dream, Julian? Dream for me?
Oh, that's a tough question. I was not expecting that one, and that's a tough one. I think honestly, in the long term, my dream is really just to be able to continue to do work that I enjoy doing every day. I think just as a person, it's going to end up being a lot of work, and there's a lot of different things that I want to work on. So there's no one specific path that I see for myself, but really it's just try to have a real impact with what I do, try to be able to make the world a better place for those around me. And I'm especially interested in having impacts in like the worlds of like health policy, sports science, and giving youth opportunities in sports and like the opportunity to grow through sports. Those are kind of some of my biggest things. So it's a mix of research, a mix of kind of some medical work, and then maybe a little bit of like policy and politics work.
Is this the antidote to everything going on in the world for you in terms of there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of divisiveness. Is this allowing you to be connected to Youth Ottawa and have this role in the community allow you to see that path clearly?
I think definitely having places like Youth Ottawa really show that not everything is going wrong. Like there's obviously a lot of things, whether it's on social media, in the media, that say that the world is bad for this or this other thing is terrible. Places like Youth Ottawa are a reminder that there is space to succeed. There's a space to find what you want to do, and it gives me hope more than anything. I think definitely it helps me, wake up in the morning and excited for what I want to do, because I've seen that it's possible to build organizations that benefit youth. It's possible to do work, whether it's as an employee or as a volunteer, that helps and benefits youth, because I've experienced that. So I guess that's the biggest thing on that.
Well, and you give me hope.
Thank you.
What does your family think?
I guess of my work, I'm assuming you mean. I mean, they definitely. I try to always like get their like opinions and thoughts like on a day-to-day basis when I'm doing different things. Kind of get my parents' experience, then like my brother's opinions as other youth who have different perspectives on things. I mean, more than anything, I think my parents are proud, happy that they raise someone that enjoys doing things that benefit others. I honestly, you'd have to ask them to get a proper answer for that. But more than anything, I think it's just. At least I hope it brings them joy that I do what I do and that I enjoy doing it.
Mm-hmm. I'm a mom, and I'll tell you, absolutely. I don't know your parents, obviously, but I can see why they would be so proud of you. What's a message to maybe a young person that's watching right now or listening to us right now, and they're thinking, but I can't do all the things that Julian's doing. What message would you give a youth today that might feel a bit disconnected?
Well, I think the first point on that is you shouldn't try to do what I'm doing, because have a very specific set of interests and unique things that I happen to be good at. So if you try to copy someone else, you're automatically kind of setting yourself up for difficulty and maybe failure even. But I'd say the number one thing is kind of what I did do was look within myself and see what do I like, what am I interested in, what am I willing to kind of work on and get better on, and related to that, what am I willing to be bad at and continue anyways. So I'd say my number one piece of advice is really just find what you're interested in, find what you actually could have a passion for or already have a passion for, and just try to get better at it. Like whenever opportunities come up, whether they're paid, whether they're volunteer, do your best to make the time to just do the thing. And if absolutely nothing exists to allow you to either volunteer in a project that could benefit you or find employment that somehow you can make relate to what you're interested in, do it yourself. Like really, obviously that's a hard thing to say, but it can be something as small as, you're interested in doing something to help the environment because that's something you're passionate about. Well, you could maybe convince, drag 3 or 4 of your friends out to your local park, get some garbage collecting equipment and maybe just pick up the garbage there. It's very small things, more than anything, just to try it out, see if you enjoy it, see if you like it. And if you continue to do that, you'll get better at it, and all of a sudden opportunities will start to come your way.
I think that's the blueprint for life. I think you just laid out the blueprint. Right?
Definitely
is to try and be the best you can be, as opposed to trying to be what somebody else is, but that not everything has to be a big investment. It can be these small things that have big impact.
Definitely, I agree for sure.
So we only have a couple minutes. It's gone by so fast. But what would you say to adults listening right now, to people that are maybe looking for youth to work with them? Speak to them right now for me.
That's a tough one because that's the opposite, the other side of the equation. That's obviously incredibly important because the work of organizations like Youth Ottawa, some of the work I do with building my projects, like anything for the most part that youth are involved with, that youth benefit from and youth learn from, are dependent on adults thinking it's valuable, right? So I think my number one thing I'd have to say to them is really, if you don't think that investing in youth has an impact, then I think you really just need to expose yourself to some of the amazing and cool projects that our youth are doing. If you don't think that investing in youth has an impact, then you need to talk to the organizations, to the people that are directly serving these youth, because they're able to see on the floor, like on the ground, what these youth are able to do. And without investing in youth now, then guess what? In the long term, what is going to happen to society, because youth didn't get that investment that they desperately need to grow, to learn, and there will be kind of no supports to help them grow. And they're going to grow up either way, but if you want them to grow up to be good citizens of society, good members of really making Ottawa and Canada a better place, you need to invest in them now, or it's just not going to be an ideal situation for what you kind of want for the city, if you, I'm assuming, want a better city.
Beautifully said. Julian, what a pleasure to spend time with you. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
We've been chatting with Julian Hodge, and I have so much hope. And the hope doesn't stop here. We're going to continue our conversation with representatives from Youth Ottawa. Stay with us on An Hour to Give.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Ramon DeFranco on location at St. Nicholas Adult High School. St. Nick's provides a flexible learning environment for adult learners pursuing their high school diploma. The school welcomes students from all backgrounds. With small class sizes and individualized support, St. Nicholas builds skills and pathways towards college, university, or employment. Courses meet Ontario curriculum standards while respecting the unique needs of adult learners. For more information, visit stnicholas.ocsb.ca or scan the QR code on the screen. And by the way, I'm a St. Nick grad. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Public transit.
Garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive, drive sober.
I'm so excited to welcome to the show Shanaz Sabir. Hi, Shanaz. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So tell me what year you were awarded a 21 under 21.
So I won the 21 under 21 last year in 2024, and it was an amazing experience. It was so amazing to be recognized for all of the experiences I had and all the events I hosted. It was an amazing experience.
Amazing. So tell me a little bit about you. I want to get to know you.
Yeah. So I'm in my second year of Bachelor's of Commerce and Juris Doctor dual degree program, which is super exciting at the University of Ottawa. Right now I'm in a few clubs. I'm in the Women in Management Network. I'm in Telfair Student Association. I'm in Casco Charity Organization. But in high school, I was a part of so many more clubs like Student Council and Real for Life and any and every club you could think of.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So what did it mean to you when you were awarded this very prestigious award, 21 people under 21 being recognized at a special gala last year?
It honestly meant the world to me. It felt like I was being recognized for the efforts I had made. So one of the reasons that I had received the award was for my fundraising efforts. So throughout high school, I raised lots of funds for different causes, like the Real for Life cause, which raises money for the Canadian Cancer Society, as well as like earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, the Yemen humanitarian crisis, and so many other various causes. And it was truly such a rewarding moment when I received that award, as in, yes, like this is like a symbol of all the effort I'd put in throughout the years.
And what did family and friends say when they heard?
Oh, they were so excited. My mom was like jumping up and down, super happy. So it was a great feling.
And, you know, I think about women in leadership. You mentioned, you know, you're part of that. I think, you know, seeing especially young women, as, you know, I've already told you I'm old as the hills now, but seeing young women have these opportunities, I'll be honest with you, there wasn't a lot of that many moons ago. So I love that opportunity. Is that something you've really embraced to ensure that not only the award itself, but the opportunity to be connected with so many people was really, really leveraged for you?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that your network is your net worth. And so reaching out and making sure that your network is as strong as possible, especially as a woman, it's essential. You need to make sure that you have your connections ready to go. And I think that even at the 21 under 21 gala, I had the opportunity to connect with so many various amazing women, and it was a great opportunity to meet them and learn more about them.
And you had another very interesting opportunity, I understand, with our mayor, Mark Sutcliffe. What was that?
Yes, so I won the, I think it was 2023 or 2024, now the dates are all mixed up, but I won the Mayor for the Day contest, which has now been renamed to the Youth Leadership Contest. So they've since revamped the Mayor for the Day, and now it's Mayor for the Day as well as CEO for the Day. Last year they had 2 CEOs, which was absolutely amazing. And so for the Mayor for the Day contest, when I got to be a part of it, I got to shadow the mayor, I got to experience what he does, the amount of speeches, the amount of places he goes, and just even I got to have a tour of City Hall. Just even that was incredible. The amount of history that we have in Ottawa, it was a great thing to witness.
Do you drive by the building, and does it feel different for you now that you've been on the inside?
Absolutely, yeah. I park at City Hall when I go to university, and every time, like, I know what goes down here, and it's an amazing place.
Yeah. What advice would you give to other young women, maybe that they're still in high school and they're trying to find their way?
The best advice I give to everyone is to get involved. Even if you feel that maybe you're not qualified or maybe that there's someone better for the position, put yourself out there, apply. make that effort and get involved in the community, because you actually have no clue where it'll get you in the next year.
Mm-hmm. And walk me through, the opportunity to have obviously spend time with our mayor and be part of 21 under 21, the opportunity to kind of take that and dream 10 years from now. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so the opportunity I got was incredible, and from there I've made so many connections, like Jesse Card, who's in charge of Youth Ottawa.
He's
He's awesome.
Yes.
Connecting with him has been leading me to so many different opportunities. I got to go to the mayor's breakfast, which was an amazing opportunity through there, and I think through the next 10 years, I'll continue to have these amazing opportunities while I develop my career. So I'm super thankful and excited for that.
Mm-hmm. And what are you hoping to do?
That's a big question. So once I finish my law school, I'm hoping to go into maybe corporate law. But my main goal is to hopefully work in nonprofits. Nonprofits have a special place in my heart, so I'd really want to put my best foot forward there.
Well, when I'm not here hosting An Hour to Give, I'm a fundraiser, and I work in lots of non-for-profit situations, and I will tell you, we need you. We need you. We need all great people to be joining the sector, because it is very rewarding.
Absolutely.
And talk to me a little bit about, when you went to university and that opportunity to connect with people. Do you share some of your opportunities with your fellow students? Do you tell them, or are you kind of shy about it?
Oh, I like preach it from the stairwells.
I love that.
I love it. I think that Youth Ottawa is honestly one of the best places to get involved in. Simply adding your email to an email chain with Youth Ottawa, you get access to so many amazing opportunities daily through your email. It's an amazing opportunity to have access to. And more than that, the 21 under 21 awards, I know some of my friends would be outstanding candidates for that award, and I always recommend them to apply for that award, because truly experiences matter and your effort does deserve to be recognized.
100%. I mean, and we know that we're going to hear the name soon for the big awards coming up on November 5th. Is it a little bit nerve-wracking for you this year in terms of seeing who's next on the list and knowing what they're going to get to experience?
Absolutely. I'm super excited for them. I know my friends have applied, and I'm really crossing my fingers in hopes that they get the chance to have that opportunity, because it really trajects your life in a different direction, and it's amazing. Yeah.
How quickly did you put it on your LinkedIn?
Oh, immediately. Yeah. I'm a business student. It was there within the second.
Within seconds. I love that. I love that so much. And the experience of that mentorship piece. Do you get a chance to sort of connect with the winners for this year? Do you think that's going to be an opportunity?
I hope so. Yeah. It would be amazing. It's nice to connect, because Youth Ottawa, one of their big missions that they do is connecting youth, obviously. And I've connected with so many of the past year participants from the year before me, and I'm excited to connect with the ones that are going to be receiving the award this year. So it's exciting.
And is there a program at Youth Ottawa that you're really passionate about? They've got so many, but is there one that really sticks out for you as one that really holds a special place in your heart?
I have to go back to the Youth Leadership Contest. I love the opportunity to have been mayor for the day, and I think it's really one that solidifies your role. So for me, I was really interested in politics at the time where I was applying, and it was really nice to see how Ottawa runs the city. So it was very interesting.
And for other young women that are watching, it may be daunting to kind of think about these opportunities, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't do that. I wouldn't know what questions to ask," or and we kind of talk about that imposter syndrome. And I know women suffer from it a little bit more even than men. So how do you overcome kind of walking into the room or getting yourself ready for that day with the mayor? How do you overcome any of those butterflies?
Yeah, that's a really tricky one for sure. I mean, even myself, I've networked hundreds of networking events at this point, and still when I walk into a networking event, I have those butterflies. I feel those nervousness. But I think that you just have to go about it thinking that everyone else walked into that room feeling the exact same way. And everyone's there for the sole purpose of connecting with other people, and other people includes you. So put yourself out there, really put your best foot forward, and just strike a conversation. One thing that I normally do is I have a list of topics that maybe the other people would have great interest in talking to. So if I'm going, for example, an event that's with Youth Ottawa, I'll bring some topics on events I'm hosting or activities I'm doing or things youth could get interested in. And that way I can open up a conversation and get that networking mind ready.
So smart. Why have I not done that for the last 35 years? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And is there anything you have on the horizon you want to tell us about in terms of upcoming events or programs that you're involved in?
Yeah, so I'm actually involved with the Casco charity organization, like I mentioned, and we're hosting our gala in November. And so we are currently looking for sponsors for our gala. All the money raised goes to CHIO. Last year we raised over $100,000, and this is our 26th year of running it. So if you're interested.
And what's Casco?
Casco is a charity organization run by Telfer, so we're the philanthropy group. We've been around for, like I said, 26 years, and yeah, it's an amazing cause. We do golf fundraisers, we do volleyball tournaments, we do so many different activities, but our big reveal is our gala, where we have Telfer students who run this huge gala that is art themed. So last year we had singers and dancers and saxophone players and so many different amazing talents who are all business students, which is kind of opposite ends.
That's awesome. I love that. So you get to kind of use both sides of your brain.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that so much. What would you like to say to your family for their support?
Huge thank you. Huge thank you. Yeah, it's been 19 years of an amazing life where I've been filled with support with all my adventures, and it's just been amazing. So
I cannot believe you were only 19 and you've accomplished all of that. Do you pinch yourself?
Sometimes, yeah. It's an amazing experience that I've had living in Ottawa. I think that Ottawa is one of those cities where if you look in the right places, you can truly find so many amazing opportunities, and we are so youth driven that there is so much room for youth to grow.
Beautifully said. Because I get really mad when somebody says Ottawa's boring. I'm like, it's not boring. There's so much going on. And you're right. If you look in the right places, and Youth Ottawa is a great example of that. I mean, they just had their golf tournament. They've got 21 under 21 gala coming up on November the 5th. I really want to be there. I really trying to get there that night because I want to experience that vibe. We were talking about the vibe of the night earlier.
Oh yeah.
So just as we close out, we've only got a little bit of time left with you, but describe the vibe of the night, the energy, the inspiration.
It was honestly exhilarating. That is the best word to use. Walking into the room, there's 21 youth who are beyond excited with their families to receive an award that truly matters to them especially. And it's a collective award for, youth putting themselves out there, doing something for the community, doing something that betters the world around them. So being around those 21 youth, being around those families, and being around so many people who are supporting those youth was an incredible feeling.
Amazing. The hope continues.
Absolutely.
I cannot wait to watch your journey. I cannot wait. I think we're going to see each other again.
Absolutely.
Funny feeling. Shiraz, of course, joining us today, telling us all about the incredible achievements of her career so far. And once again, we're going to be watching her very closely. Youth Ottawa is a wonderful organization. We're going to come back and meet another representative of Youth Ottawa. Do not go anywhere. This is An Hour to Give.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV, Channel 22. I'm Candace Knights. The Ottawa Fire Truck Pull returns on Saturday, September 27th at Lansdowne Park, Aberdeen Plaza, challenging teams to pull a 10-ton Ottawa Fire Services fire truck 100 feet. Help support Epilepsy Ottawa, which provides services to over 10,000 individuals affected by epilepsy in the region. This fun event features various categories, and participants also compete for awards like Best Team Spirit and Most Charitable Team. Check-in time is 12:30 p.m. for teams, with competition beginning at 2 p.m. Spectators are welcome to cheer on participants. Register at ottawafiretruckpull.com. To have your community news or events listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on Events, and post your event. That's it.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
Our next guest is Drayton Mulinda Bigwe, and I'm so excited to welcome him to the show. You are another inspiring youth. I'm so excited to see you here. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. What's your connection to Youth Ottawa?
Yeah, so it started in 2021 when I first started my business. And they were really kind of my path into entrepreneurship. So coming out of high school, I was, dedicated to getting into med school. So I went into health sciences at the University of Ottawa. And, my high school time, I did no programs, nothing related to entrepreneurship whatsoever. So I had no idea where to kind of begin. So 2021 came around and I just had all these ideas, and with COVID I had a lot of free time on my hands, so I was like, let me try and see what I can do. I felt like a strong passion for community work and getting involved, so I was like, what about creating some sort of ideation hub for young people where we can get together and work on projects that have a social impact. And through all that, I kind of met Jesse at Youth Ottawa, who is a great guy, by the way.
Yes.
Introduced me to the different community leaders. I went through their program, which teaches you about entrepreneurship, gives you opportunity to network, but also just some tools that you might come to need as an entrepreneur. So I kind of used my relationship with Youth Ottawa to grow my business, grow the different ventures I was on. So then it was kind of through that I learned about Youth Ottawa, stayed connected, and then eventually the awards came around and I was a recipient of the 2022. Yeah. So that's
in 2022, sorry,
in 2022, yeah, 2022. Yeah.
I say no kidding, because I've read your bio, and it is very impressive.
Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit about what it meant for you to sort of be connected. And you've mentioned Jesse Card. Everyone's mentioned Jesse today.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful executive director. He's so passionate. He lives and breathes this organization every single minute of every day. So connecting with Jesse and then all of those pieces that came after that, how important has that been for you as we're into 2025 now?
It's been pretty major, right? So as Jesse came into his role as executive director, I was also starting my entrepreneurship journey. So it kind of feels like we kind of grew into our roles together. And along the way, obviously, he being someone who's been in the Ottawa community for a while, very involved in the community, he has a lot of connections. So I was able to piggyback off of that for a while and connect with some people that he thought were key to whether my experience in learning about entrepreneurship or just my ventures. So through that and through the things that he was doing, I was able to stay connected with Youth Ottawa, but also develop this love for community work. So I have this belief that the whole thing of giving back, people usually do these kind of things once they've achieved certain things or they've made it, and then they feel the need to give back. But I think there's the ability to give back along the way, which is something that I truly believe in. So he's also paved the way for me to do that. And through Youth Ottawa, through giving back wherever I can and supporting other young people to submit for the applications, for the recipients, for the awards, to connect with other programs. So all of these things are kind of what I've learned along the way from Youth Ottawa and Jesse that I still believe till this day.
So I think when you write your book, it could be called Giving Back Along the Way.
That's a great title.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. We've got the title nailed down. We just need the book now.
The content.
But I can see a book coming from you, absolutely.
I'll be back.
Yeah, for sure. And I see such a friendship between all of you. Like a respect between all of you. Even just spending a bit of time with you in the green room today, getting ready for today, I can see that those connections have been really important to you. Talk to me about sort of that, that bonus, if you will, of also meeting incredible youth and being inspired by them.
Yeah, actually for me, it's an even particular case because part of like the mission that I truly believe when building my company, I always wanted to leave a place for like young people and like young innovators, young people who have great ideas and who have grand ideas. So we are always looking and recruiting for these young innovators. So being a recipient of the 2022 awards gave me access to like a lot of young people with bright ideas. So kind of staying in touch and connected with all of these young people that are coming in these cohorts allowed for us to get in touch with the people that are like the next coming young people in Ottawa. So really for me, that was like a big important piece to stay connected. But like you said, I'm connected with a lot of the recipients over the years. Julian, who was on earlier, is a very close friend of mine who we work together as well. So it really builds this community of young people who are all gonna write books of their own one day.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm gonna have a whole shelf. They were all on my show. Yeah, I love
Absolutely.
that. I love that so much. And when you think about, people have this perception of young people that they're not doing enough, that they're entitled. All of these, I hate all of that.
Yeah.
But when you hear things like that, do you want to just shout and say, listen, there's a whole bunch of us doing a lot of good stuff?
Absolutely. I think I definitely feel the need to shout. But, if you pay attention, I think, we don't necessarily need to shout even, right? Because open social media, open the kind of things that are being posted out there, and it's every day, like a 23-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 15-year-old who just invented the next big thing. So I think with the coming of age and the new technologies coming up and things like that, I think we're going to realize that young people are more the present than the future, but more so because there was this gap of like knowledge and experience that's now being kind of covered with the coming of age of AI and technology. We're able to learn things like this. So young people having the energy, having the will, we're able to do things that we weren't able to do a couple years back. So more and more young people are going to come up and do a lot of things that are going to change the way we see the world. So I think in a little while, we won't need to shout anymore.
Good. I'm happy about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And there's so many people, whether it's sponsors or donors, that give back to Youth Ottawa because they believe in all of you. What would you say if they were all in this room right now? What would you say to them?
I would tell them to keep going.
I love that.
I would tell them to keep going because this kind of work is inspiring. And it's not easy work. If Jesse was here, he could testify to that. It's really difficult to get involved and try and put your time into community work, especially when it's not directly feasible. And I've been kind of involved in like a nonprofit space for a while, and it's really hard to raise funds for something that's not tangible. But I would say, this is very tangible work. You're seeing young people who have these bright ideas, go out of high school and pursue them. And those things lead to even bigger things. So I would say, keep betting on young people and keep investing in them. And stay around for a couple of years and you'll see greatness.
And do you mentor anyone now?
I do. So that's part of the giving back along the way. I truly believe that that's the best way to go about it. So I try and mentor as many young people as I can. I try and give my time to certain boards. I'm currently on the Caldwell Family Center board, as well as Center for Social Enterprise Development. So really just trying to give back, whether it's through mentoring or through supporting community work. As much as I can, because I believe that that's the best way to go about it. Yeah.
And I think we often think about philanthropy as time, talent, and treasure.
Yeah.
And often the treasure piece, the money, gets the most attention.
Yeah.
But the gift of time and the gift of talent, I think really needs to get on the same wavelength in terms of recognition, because I think it's
Absolutely.
invaluable. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree. And through my experience giving time, you oftentimes find the treasure along the way. Right? You connect with people who, give you their time, and then you have the opportunity to speak to them about what you're doing. And then you're also able to establish a certain relationship, which gives the intangible things of philanthropy more tangibility. And then that gives for treasure, usually.
It's so funny, I've been working in philanthropy for 35 years. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say it so beautifully as you, and I'm like, where have you been my whole life? I needed to hear that today.
I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll get reading your book. It'll be great. So talk to me about your family and the people and friends around you when they're seeing this kind of success come from you at such an early age.
I think they're really happy. So my parents are, actually, no, we're all immigrants from Rwanda. So I'm originally from Rwanda, came here in 2009. Did most of my schooling here. So for them, it's really good and like really rewarding for them to see that all the time and efforts and all the harsh things they went through is kind of like paying off. And they always tell me that they're proud of me, so I definitely take that to heart. As for my friends and family and the rest, they're really proud of me as well. They're always like, keep going, especially in these like tougher economic times. Owning your own business and running your own thing is very difficult. But I have a strong support system, and they're always rooting for me, and so is Youth Ottawa and Jesse and all of them. So yeah, very, very good support system.
It's kind of like a little extra family, bonus family over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Which is wonderful. So November the 5th is the big gala. 21 under 21. I'm so excited. I'm hoping to be there that night. What is it like to attend that event? What do you love about it?
Yeah, I mean, so I've been at every single one of them since the one I won, and it's always such a different experience. The first time I went, when I won the award, it was really, it was exhilarating because I won the award. But you're thrown in a room with so many incredible people who are constantly telling you like, oh my God, like I love your work. What is this that you're doing? And in the following years, I went there, but to do the other thing around. So, tell people, I love your work. I love what you're doing. So it's like, it's a really dynamic room filled with people who all have great ideas and all are doing great things. They're to support other people who are doing great things. So I would say it's an opportunity not to miss.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. November 5th is the big day. And I know the website's got all the details for tickets.
Absolutely.
And we're going to hear soon the names of the people that are going to be recognized this year. I cannot wait. And the recipients this year. So that's going to be wonderful to be able to recognize each and every one of them. And maybe next year they'll be in that chair sharing their stories. So it's wonderful. Any last words that you want to share about what Youth Ottawa means to you?
They mean the opportunity to keep dreaming, and my big thing is always dream big, especially for young people. So I would encourage people to continue supporting Youth Ottawa so that they can continue inspiring young people, and that we can have more young people who are dreaming big and doing big things.
I love it. I love it. Dream big, my friend.
Dream big.
We're going to come back and talk more about Youth Ottawa here on An Hour to Give. I'm Sam Laprade. I know you are inspired. Well, the inspiration doesn't stop. Come on back, everyone.
Hey, I'm Dave, and I absolutely loved camp. Why do we do this? Why do we go out here with the bugs, the bears, skunks chasing you, poison ivy, ticks, you name it. Why do we do it? Because we love it. I love it. I wanted to take my passion for filming and the outdoors and combine them, and that's why I'm here. Maybe it's a mistake. I don't know.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome to Community News and Events on Rogers TV Channel 22. I'm Dave Hilson. Get ready to leash up for a tail-wagging good time at the Wiggle Waggle Walk and Run happening Saturday, September 28th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Lansdowne Park. Hosted by the Ottawa Humane Society, this beloved annual fundraiser brings together animal lovers and their four-legged friends to support homeless and neglected pets in Ottawa. All funds raised help to provide shelter, medical care, and loving homes for animals in need. Join hundreds of paws and passionate hearts for a day of community and a canine celebration at the Wiggle Waggle Walk. Visit ottawahumane.ca for details. Now, to have your community news or event listed on our website, please go to rogerstv.com, click on events, and post your event. That's it.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Well, we're talking all about Youth Ottawa today, and I'm so excited to welcome to the show Adam Halawa. Hello, Adam. How are you?
Good, Sam. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited you're here. What's your role at Youth Ottawa?
My role at Youth Ottawa is program manager and community developer. So it's a little bit of a split role. I manage and oversee all the programs. And then the community developer side is just connecting with the community, seeing who's in our backyard, how can we collaborate, how can we support each other. We have a lot of good people in Ottawa, and it's just a matter of connecting the dots sometimes and seeing how we can all help each other to make Ottawa a better place for, residents of Ottawa to live. But for Youth Ottawa, how can we connect the dots and connect together as a community to make Ottawa a better place for youth?
Brilliant. Beautifully said. So what sort of attracted you to work for Youth Ottawa?
It's funny. It's not one of those jobs I went on the computer and applied for.
Yeah.
I was already in the not-for-profit sector for almost 10 years. Wow. And I got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of connected people. And one day I get a call from a Youth Ottawa consultant and said, well, it's funny because if we rewind a little bit, it was a little bit back through my not-for-profit work. We started this basketball league called Night League, which brought 10 Ottawa community housing neighborhoods together in a basketball league, free of charge for youth 17 to 30 years old. It was a great success. We ran it twice. We partnered up with the University of Ottawa as well. Sue Hyland at the time was the director of sports, and we made something happen, and it was really impactful, and it was starting to make moves, and then COVID hit. COVID hit, and we lost the gym. We kind of shut down the program, but through that work and my connections at Youth Ottawa, someone down the road heard my name and said, this guy gets things done. Right. So I got a call. I just got a call, and we chatted a little bit, and then I had to think about it. But then I said, you know what? And the more I looked into it, it's a meaningful role. It's a powerful role where before it was more in the sports-based crime prevention stuff, sports and that kind of stuff. Whereas now, actually impacting all types of young people, working with all types of young people from, maybe at-risk youth to young, brilliant minds, and it's more than that as well. So that's kind of how I got involved. It wasn't one of those traditional apply for it, get a call, let's have a chat about it, and in the end, it all worked out.
It was meant to be.
It was absolutely meant to be.
Does this job keep you young?
It does. It does, 100%. And, you know, I like to call myself a, you know, untraditional educator. And a lot of times, you know, we think we're here to educate young people, but they educate us every single day.
The other three guests all educated me, 100%.
And there's more than that. There's hundreds of them. It keeps me young. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me energized. And I'm working with folks that, you know, make me want to continue to do more work. And, you know, how can we look at, you know, sometimes we have a lot of issues in the community. How can we come from a creative, innovative way to address those and make sure young people's voices are heard in our city?
Are you excited for November the 5th when we all get together? 21 under 21. Are you pumped?
I'm super pumped. I can't wait. The team is working super hard behind the scenes, and it's such a great event. I think we want Ottawa to really feel like it's not even our event. We like to call this Ottawa's event. These are not our young people, these are Ottawa's young people. So we're recognizing 21 remarkable young people that should be recognized citywide. So I'm definitely pumped. It's a super elegant, fancy experience, great food. And at the end of the day, it's a fundraiser event as well. So like, you know, folks in Ottawa can buy a ticket. Instead of going to the restaurant that day, come out to the event and then come have a 5-star course, a 3-course meal, and again meet people, see where these 21 young remarkable young people, what have they done, and then what's next. Maybe the 40 under 40 is next for them, right?
For all the guests we had on earlier, I was thinking they're going to be 40 under 40 someday.
Exactly. Well, Jesse, our executive director, he's a recipient of the 40 under 40, and I think that's kind of where the rebrand came from, because for 26 years it was called the Spirit of the Capital Awards, and then Jesse, going through that experience, said, you know what? Why can't we recreate that for young people? And if we give them that 21 under 21 and already what they've accomplished at that age, who knows, like sky is the limit to what they can accomplish by the time they're 40 years old. So I think there's definitely some synergy there between the 40 under 40 and the 21 under 21.
I'm going for the 80 under 80 category. That's where I'm at. But
nice.
But no, I think it's really inspiring to have that kind of event that really kind of puts a pin in it. Like, we're going to recognize these youth tonight. But what I love, and we heard it from every single one of them today, is that that's one night. What continues for them are the opportunities because of it. So although it's one night of a gala, it really does lead them down on a wonderful path for the rest of their lives.
It gives them a boost. It energizes them to continue doing better. When they get up there on stage and they're, accepting their award and seeing that the city is there supporting them and right behind them, they then come right after and they want to take their ideas and their projects to the next level. And that's what this event is really all about, recognizing them, giving them the energy they need, the support system they need to continue that work. And again, they're still young too, so we always say it's a boost for them to take advantage to advance their personal and professional life, right? So definitely, it's just the beginning for them, absolutely.
What was your youth like?
Born and raised in Ottawa. I grew up in Ottawa community housing neighborhood in the south of Ottawa. I think like any other youth, everyone has their ups and downs. I come from, I guess I'm a first generation. My mom comes from Lebanon. My dad comes from Egypt. I consider myself first generation Canadian. I went to high school. I went to French high school. Loved basketball. Loved just hanging out with friends. Maybe some risky behavior growing up. But Ottawa's been good to me, and I just love Ottawa. Ottawa's home. So any chance I get to pay back to Ottawa, I'm all for it. And I think this role with Youth Ottawa allows me to do that. I also remember growing up in Ottawa community housing, lots of folks around me, some of them are not here no more. Some of them, their life just went a completely opposite direction of mine. So that fuels me because it allows me in the position that I am to maybe sculpt some of those youth and potentially try to show them a different perspective, a different lens of, where your life could go. Your life can go beyond the project sometimes, but it takes role models, folks in our positions to kind of help them map that out and help them see what their true potential is, and then be there to support them. Sometimes we don't know all the answers, but maybe we know who they can talk to and make that connection for them. Post-secondary education is something big. There's a program in partnership with the City of Ottawa and Ottawa Community Housing. It's called the Youth Futures now. So Youth Futures, I was a participant of that program back in 2010. The late Dr. Caroline Andrew, she was one of the founders of the program. She was one of Canada's top 10 most powerful women, and she gave me the boost I needed. So I'm forever paying back, by trying to give a boost to others. But being part of that program helped me get my first City of Ottawa job. So they got us a job, and I got placed at the Canterbury Community Centre, where I worked there for almost 10 years while I was in university studying in social sciences. So that program was a little bit of the boost that I needed at that time, that kind of boosted my career, my professional career, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I am where I am today.
Amazing. Very inspiring yourself.
Thank you.
We only have a minute left. It goes by so fast.
That was super fast, yeah.
So fast, but for those that may be interested in attending on November the 5th, or sponsoring, or donating, where are we sending people, Adam?
youthottawa.ca. You can even just email me directly, adam@youthottawa.ca. Super easy. We have a bunch of lower cost tickets for young people to attend. Then we have individual tickets. Sponsors, we're still looking for sponsors, and sponsorship can take the shape and form of anything. It's just a matter of having a conversation. So if you're interested in supporting the event by either sponsoring, just come out, let's talk. Let's figure out a package that makes sense. Other than that, just please help us spread the word about the event. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be energetic. It's going to be energetic. We're going to have good food, good show, and it's all supporting young people in Ottawa. So definitely, by all means, feel free to reach out and find out how you can get involved. Other than that, there's a lot of information on our website, youthottawa.ca. So yeah, that would be kind of the next step in getting involved with the event.
Well, thank you so much for everything you do in the community and with these young people that have inspired me today, and you've inspired me as well. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Of course, Adam joining us and all of our great guests today here talking about Youth Ottawa and that big gala coming up, 21 under 21 on November the 5th. I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there as well. This is an hour to give where we talk about community, volunteerism, and philanthropy. I hope we've inspired you. Thank you.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them